Hello, I'm Timothy Linsdale. I'm a video producer and a Christian. I love the outdoors. Today I'm going to take you on a little trek through some of Anza Borrego State Park, show you some of the flowers, the so-called super bloom that happens in rainy years. Southern California deserts are terrific after rainy years with a lot of flowers. It's rather stunning, the variety and amount of them. So let's go take a look. There's numerous ways from San Diego to get out to the desert. There's all kinds of great maps on the internet, or you can pick up a local map. So there's a variety of ways to get to Borrego Springs. Borrego Springs is a great spot to go because there's facilities of all kinds. The park headquarters is there, give you a lot of directions and help. Want to stop for a refreshment, whatever it might be. Nice little place. A lot of neat little places to stay too in Borrego Springs. But a couple of my favorite places to go along the way is I like to go through Ramona on 60 to 67 to San Isabel, and you can stop by San Isabel and see some of the old history of that mission and what it was all about. It's a pretty old mission and something to enjoy. And then hop back in and head on out into the country. A lot of nice country to see in this area, and head towards Werner Springs, and then head back east on S22, I believe it is, to Borrego Springs. There's some terrific overlook views of Anza Borrego from S22 down to Borrego Springs. You might want to do that. Take it easy. A lot of windy, steep roads there, but they're good. They're good roads. Just be safe and enjoy that trek. It's really nice. There's flowers along that direction. That's a little bit higher desert in that area, but as soon as you start coming down into the valley there, the desert, it's very quick change from high desert to regular low desert, if you will. But you get to Borrego Springs, you can go to the visitor center. This time of the year is going to be really busy, but there's a lot of information there. It can be enjoyable. A little bit of a pit stop, if you will. And then make your way through Borrego Springs. My favorite is to go to Borrego Springs and head east from Christmas Circle. There's a big roundabout towards the end of Borrego Springs, and I'd like to go straight east to DiGiorgio Road, and that particular road is named after a family of farmers that were really big in the area at one time. But that'll take you towards a small range of mountains. You'll see to the north, and you'll see fields of flowers along the way, and it's pretty entertaining. A lot of people get out and walk through them because they're, again, you're in a desert, and here it's just full of wildflowers. There's tremendous variety of flowers. The big fields have a tendency to be a particular flower, and that you see in large, vast area. And you just keep traveling along there, sightseeing as you go. There'll be people parked along the road, that type of thing. And there are a number of fruit growers still in the area also, you'll see along the way. And you just keep working your way along that road. Eventually you're going to come to a primitive road. It's just going to be a sandy road through sand dunes and so forth. You can get through on a car. Once you get off the pavement, you're going to be in the area called Coyote Canyon, and you're going to keep just working your way along nice and easy. Stop and check out all the flowers. This time of the year, you're going to see the white-lined sphinx moth caterpillar, and can grow to quite a large caterpillar, and they're voracious. They'll sometimes get enough of them. You'll see them crossing the road all over. it doesn't take them long to devour these flowers up, so it's probably a good idea to get out there soon. It's starting to approach peaking on some of these flower areas, but you're going to see quite a variety of flowers. When you get down next to the mountain range there, and the road works its way along there, there's multiple places to stop and areas to camp along there. It's all primitive camping, but a lot of people take their little campers and tents, whatever, and you just keep working your way out there. Eventually, this area is a drainage area, so it does have a stream that comes through it, and right now it's live. I mean, there's water coming through there. In heavy rain periods, I mean, it's a flood that comes through there. You can see that a wide stream bed there, and there's still a small stream flowing through there. You usually need something bigger than a car, maybe a small SUV, pickup, because you're going to go through the stream. But it's no more than a couple feet wide and a foot deep in places. But it's very picturesque. And when you get some ways up towards up the canyon, there are places you can stop, have a picnic, walk along the stream. Might bump into a few little waterfalls or something like that. And there's stream-side trails, and you can just stop. And I recommend. I mean, you can stop in Borrego Springs for lunch and that type of thing, but we like to take a lunch along and sit there and just really enjoy the mostly quiet if the crowds aren't too big. This time when I went, they weren't at all. Try to avoid a weekend if you can, and get on out there and really enjoy it. It's beautiful. It's just amazing to see, especially going the dry, harsher season of the desert, if you will, and when all the flowers are gone. It's quite a difference. Something to see. So work your way through there, enjoy it. Take a short hike on one of the trails. There are, of course, rattlesnakes in the sort. It's a wild place, and you kind of keep your eye out where you're walking and so forth. But I know they're there, but I've rarely ever seen any myself. But they're there, and a lot of butterflies out this time of the year. Butterflies and moths, just many of them you'll see. Flying, and you can walk through those flowers and be flying up around you. It's quite an experience to see that. And another great thing about this experience in the desert. You can work your way around, come back out of Coyote Canyon, come back a ways into Giorgio Road to Henderson Canyon Road, both directions. If you go west, you're going to eventually get to the canyon itself. And there are metal sculptures, a lot of metal sculptures out there. And that was contracted with an artist by the people that own a lot of the private land out there. All these sculptures are on private land, I'm pretty certain of that. And there's many kinds, just depicting animals from the Ice Age, the historians, cowboys and desert. I can't tell you how. There's just dozens of these things out there, and they're fun to look at. Besides the flowers, so it gives you a really nice outing with all those different things to see. It's a real kick. Henderson, if you take Henderson Canyon east from DeGiorgio, you're going to see a big fields of flowers out there. It's mostly a single flower that you'll see, some type of sunflower in that area. But the variety of flowers is stunning. If you want to identify them, get you a book. The internet has, of course, all kinds of cataloging for desert flowers out there. It's that can do much better to identify them than I can. I do know a few, but I think you're better off looking that up. If you're just going out for the day, I mean, if you go out for several days, just take in each area to the fullest. We just wanted to go out for the day. So we made our trek up Coyote Canyon, had our picnic, came back, caught a few more places, Henderson Canyon, a few of the sculptures. Then we headed for Yaqui Pass, which is heads out of Borrego Springs in a southeasterly direction. And take Yaqui Pass, very scenic, quite short, up over the range. And you're going to come into Tamarisk Grove Campground, which is a pretty interesting area, especially if you want to camp. And a lot of flowers, of course. The cactus this time of the year is starting to bloom, and they are stunningly vibrant. What would you call them? Not translucent, but they almost have that look to them. They're really different from the wildflowers, and they're just tremendous, vibrant colors. They're amazing. So if you head back west, that should be Highway 78, I think it is. Check your map. There's a place called Plum Canyon. That's one of my favorite spots. It's got a nice dirt road, easily driven. You can drive in a car. And people like to camp up there, but nice flowers, beautiful rock formations, beautiful cactus, a lot of huge barrel cactus. Just a beautiful spot, this Plum Canyon. That's an appropriate name for its beauty. I really highly recommend it. You just have to kind of watch for it when you're heading back towards Julian. Now, you can go up to Julian. That's the short run up 78. But it's a very windy road on the way from the desert up. So depends. If you come back on S2 from Scissors Crossing, it's much smoother travel. And you travel all the way back to San Isabel and then back through Ramon and home again. But much of the travel you're going to do there is going to be quite scenic. You're really going to enjoy it. If you can go during the week, it's a terrific time to go. And something I noticed in Plum Canyon I want to mention, some really tiny blossoms right on the ground. And I'll show you some of those. They're fascinating. But that's a short, quick way to go for a day trip. Really enjoyable. Just some great stuff. It's a real privilege to get to see it and enjoy it. So, thanks a lot. I'm Tim Linsdale. Like and comment on my videos. Subscribe on my channel. Thanks a lot.